Are you a dot collector? Hello, it's Peter Merrick again in San Diego, California. This is a video that I've wanted to make for some time. Are you a dot collector? That is the name of my 5th book. It's something that I've been playing with for over a year. And I want to explain what a dot collector is. A dot collector is a person who has experiences that they accumulate because they have a life. And there are certain things in their life that are significant. And from the small, they're able to see the big. And that is how they're able to connect dots. Now, you have different experiences than other people. And they're able to share their experiences, and that's what makes us human. We're able to bind time. I'm able to share my experiences and what I've discovered, and you're able to share your experiences. So we've shared our collections of experiences. So we are dot collectors. And together, what we can do is we can connect dots. And this is more important now than ever. And I know I sound like I'm fire and brimstone. It's a fact. There's things that are happening right now that are wrong. A few years ago, I was introduced to the work of Sir Glubb. He wrote a book or an essay that was called The Fate of Empires. And what he shared from his discovery of studying about 5,000 years of history is every single great civilization falls for the same reason after 10 generations or 250 years. And that is because the individuals who inherit it become decadent and fat, and they sell out their own country. And they fall because of external forces, and it doesn't really matter. It's similar to a human being or a live animal, that if you live long enough, a little cold or a fever or something that you would fight off as a little child, that's what's going to take you out. It's always something that happened internally that people are not willing to fight for what made their civilization great. Well, you can read about how societies fall, and now we're experiencing it. I once went to a funeral about this woman who had a very interesting life. And in the eulogy, what was said was so powerful because it was so correct and so profound. It said, some people read about history. Some people write about history. Some people live history. And this is what I call upon you if you are a dot collector. Some people make history. I truly believe that we are here right now to make a difference. I had a really good conversation with a mentor of mine, and he shared with me his observation of what he discovered, or a fact that he realized that there was a break in the matrix. Something was wrong. What we were told and what was actually happening did not mesh together. And he said that his awakening was this: he thought people in authority were smart, and number two, he thought they cared. And he discovered the vast majority of people who are in government, in bureaucracies, they do not care, nor are they bright. You know what I learned over the last 2 years? Everybody was thinking Donald Trump was going to save society, and other people thought he was the devil. I'll share with you what I learned. I learned that nobody's going to do it. If it's going to be, it's up to thee. It's up to us to gather together, to band together, to share what we've discovered, and then put together a plan and take action. Right now, we are suffering tyranny. Almost every law that I bought into doesn't exist. Years ago, I had a chance to meet with Richard Dreyfuss. He happens to be the actor from Jaws, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, um, so many movies that were part of my childhood and growing up. That's not why I met him. I met him because he created something called the Dreyfuss Civics Foundation. This was a foundation focused on putting civics back in high school because somebody took it out. Do you think it was done by accident? I'm starting to think that there are no accidents. What's happening to all of us, it's being gamed. And people say, Peter, what do you have to gain by talking about this? I love the world I came from. I was innocent. I believe that there was justice and we were a nation governed by laws. And I discovered that there's laws for me and there's what they choose to do for thee. And in essence, it means nothing if we don't demand our sovereignty. I mentioned before that I believe capitalism, true capitalism, not crony capitalism, is the greatest form of democracy. And why? Because you make money by providing a service or a thing that other people want. What happened during this craziness? We've seen millions and millions of small businesses be damaged, destroyed, forever. You know why someone would want to do it? Think about this. You'd want to take out the most independent thinkers if you wanted to take over a society. And what do entrepreneurs do that people who work for government don't, who work for someone else don't? They give themselves the greatest gift of all, the possibility to self-actualize. They're going out there and they're making their way and they're creating their own little world. Do you know what happened in the last 3 years? Because it's going to be 3 years. You had these people who did nothing in their lives taking over and destroying those people. They have resentment for those people. Let's talk about little Justin Trudeau. The boy makes me sick. I was invited to an event where he got selected. He wasn't elected to be the head of the Liberal Party. I saw the demise of my country at that moment. This boy was so disingenuous. He traveled 90 countries because he had a trust fund. He never had a job. He was a failed part-time drama teacher, which had to pay off some student that he had relations with, which were inappropriate, which were hidden because he paid, or his foundation paid $2.5 million to silence that story. This person, this creature who graduated as a young leader of the World Economic Forum, who's destroying a beautiful country and a beautiful people, he has contempt for people who've actually done it themselves. Now, if you're on this site, you want to do it for yourself and you want to be surrounded by people who also want to do it, who say, no, I will not acquiesce to evil. I have a responsibility. So be more than just a dot collector. Put those dots together and be someone who's proactive. Because every tyranny in history ends when good people stand up and say, I will not acquiesce to evil. I will not do it. It all ends. The only power that any tyrant has is the power we give them. and I do not give my power away. And I ask each and every one of you who are awakening to what's happening not to give your power away either. Please share this video. Please like it, because I'm looking for like-minded people. I do not know what my next adventure is, but I know one thing: I want to be with awake people. Have an awesome day, and we'll chat.